friends, and welcome to the Daily Creative Challenge in Adobe Illustrator. My name is Julia Masalska and I'm your host for the upcoming 2 weeks. Thanks everybody for joining in the chat. I have seen there's a bunch of you already who are here, and thanks for submitting yesterday's challenge. I wanted to show you guys what I came up with. So I have my lemonade right here ready. So yesterday's challenge was to create a label for a lemonade bottle for our festival branding that we are working on for these 2 weeks. So if you're new to this, let us know in the chat that you're a newbie, and also feel free to check out yesterday's stream if you're interested to still submit your daily creative challenge. Well, anyway, thanks so much for joining. We have Jotermia, Jose. Hi, Jose. Good to see you here. Luna, Monica, Terry Lynn is here. Cool. Well, guys, today is going to be not less exciting than yesterday. Yesterday, we've been working on the lemonade packaging or label, and today we're going to be working on ice cream packaging. So this is going to be super, super exciting. Let's jump onto my work screen, and I'm going to share with you real quick what our daily creative challenge page looks like. So this is the page where you get all the information needed to participate in the daily creative challenge, and it's behance.net/challenge/illustrator. Here you can see that every single day we have a new challenge unlock, and today's challenge is packaging layout. Design the layout for ice cream packaging, create multiple SKUs using the same layout. So SKU stands for stock keeping unit, and basically here I have 2 SKUs, so 2 variations of a product. So today we're going to be designing 3 SKUs for ice cream, because it's going to be one vanilla, one maybe lemon, and one chocolate ice cream. So we want to create similar design, and we want to kind of look them still cohesive, but we want them to look like different products. So this is going to be super exciting, and from here you can also go on to this button here that says chat with the community, and this is where we are sharing all of our amazing designs. So I can already see Vanessa already has designed something amazing, but here you can also see the yesterday's challenge. We have some amazing designs here for our lemonade, and from Rahi was this one. So guys, when you're ready with your challenge, please submit it here in the under the challenge hashtag in our Discord channel. Also, feel free to follow me on Behance. You will find my profile in the info button above the chat. So this is where you can find me, and feel free to check out my projects. Feel free to get in touch if you have any questions. So guys, I'm really excited. Let's jump right into it, and please feel free to download the starter file and its little intro here. If you go onto the challenge tab, you will find the little here link. So this is where you can download the file we are going to be working on today, and it looks like this. Here at the top you will find this little text box, and here you can download the mockup that you can use to mock up your ice cream. So feel free to use that one after you're done with the design. All right, so today's challenge is going to be creating 3 SKUs for ice cream, and I cannot wait to jump right into it. Yesterday, I've been also showing you guys my mood board that I've created for my festival branding, but feel free to create your own, and feel free to create your own brand guidelines, such as colors, typefaces, graphics, and feel free to reuse them for every challenge, and just adjust them to every single thing that we're designing. So my mood board from yesterday and from the day before is this one. So I'm looking at geometric shapes, very poppy colors, very simplistic typefaces, but you decide for yourself what fits, what works best for your own branding. All right, so my mood board is something that I'm always looking at, so feel free to create something like this for yourself to always gain some new inspiration for the new challenges. All right, so today's challenge is going to be, creating the ice cream packaging. So we're just going to get started right away. You have a top layer here. that you can lock. This is just a noise layer that I've created for you guys. You can also just delete it, or you can use it if you like. It gives a little bit of noisy texture to your image that you're going to be exporting. So I'm just going to lock it for now. I'm just going to click Command and 2, and now I'm going to change up the colors here a little bit, so I can get started, and then I will show you how we are going to create the layout and how we are going to reuse the same layout over these 3 different packagings. So let's say I want to create a strawberry one. I'm using here a library with the colors that I've created for my branding. So feel free to do the same by creating a new library. If your libraries panel is not activated, you can go onto Window up here and click onto Libraries to activate it. So right now I have my libraries open, and I have my Power of Art Festival library open, and here I have all my colors that I'm using for my branding. And here I even have my typefaces. So you can save all of these assets and reuse them for every single project. So, all right, so I have my strawberry, and I have my, let's say, I have my lemon, and I have my, what is it gonna be? Let's say raspberry, vanilla, and strawberry. Just make up your own taste. It can also be a little bit more interesting taste than I have here, but let's just start with locking these objects. So I'm just going to select all of these, and I'm going to click Command and 2. So now wherever I click, I'm not able to select these objects because I don't want them to get into my way. So now let's start with adding some text and applying the layout to each of these ice creams. So what I'm going to do is I'm just using the text tool, and I'm creating a text box. I'm going to use one of my character styles here. Of course, this is way too large, so I'm going into my properties panel. If that is not open for you, feel free to click Window and then activate the properties panel. The properties panel is really helpful to show you all the settings for the one tool that you're using right now. So right now I'm using the text tool and the type tool, and I have all the different settings that are relevant for this tool. So here I have my text size, and I'm going to reduce it because this text size was way too big for me. And I'm going to call it raspberry. Hopefully I spelled it right. How are you all doing in the chat? Cool. Indigo is saying, I love this mood board. Thank you so much. Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to see your guys' submissions. Even if you have yesterday's submission ready, feel free to submit it. It's totally fine. And now I'm going to stylize the text a little bit to adapt it to my branding. Let's say I want to use this blue color here, and raspberry, and now we are going to call it, so what is it? Ice cream. This is very important also. Ice cream. And I'm going to, for this description, it's less relevant than the raspberry, I guess. So I'm going into my properties, and I'm going to choose a different typeface for this. I'm going to go for regular, and maybe I even want to increase the size here. So I'm going back here to my size settings, and I'm going to go for a little larger typeface. Okay, raspberry, ice cream. We can even play around with these two later on. Let me just click how many ounces can this be. Let's say it's 5 ounces. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to make this one, of course, way smaller as well. So I'm going to select, by the way, if you are creating for print, never go under 8 point size for the text. So here I'm going to go for 12, it should be fine. So I'm going to leave all of this kind of arranged to the side. So I'm going to select all of these objects, and I'm going to left align horizontally. So now I have all these things nice and aligned here. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to copy these, and I want to transfer them to my other SKUs. So what I want to do is I want to hold Option, click and drag it to the side, and I'm positioning it on the exact same spot as I did here in the first one. And now I'm holding again Option, clicking and dragging to the side. And now I already have my third SKU ready. So now what I want to do is I want to rename those, of course, because they're all different tastes. So this one will be vanilla, and this one will be strawberry. Okay, so now I already have kind of a layout in my design, and what I want to do now is I want to create graphics to to use for these different ice creams. So what I want to do is I'm going to lock all of these for now, and then I'm going to bring them back later on when I'm done designing the background. So I'm going to right click and arrange. They can stay in the front, but what I want to do is I want to lock them. So I click Command and 2, and now these are as well locked. So now I can go into the shapes and build my background shapes for my ice cream. All right, so just like yesterday, I'm going to look at my inspiration panel, inspiration board, and look at the different shapes and different colors that are being used, just the way, for example, here we can see that there are circular shapes and ovals used on color blocks. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to create a random color blocks just on top for now, and then I'm going to kind of cut them out later. What we can also do is we can create a different artboard for this, so we can just copy this artboard, and so that we don't get confused. And right now I have move artwork with artboard selected, so that whenever I copy this artboard, all my artwork goes with it as well. All right, so what I want to do is I am in the artboard tool section, artboard tool, and I'm going to copy paste this artboard to the bottom. So I'm holding Option and dragging it to the side. Okay, now since my objects are locked, they're not being transferred when I copy something. So I want to redo this. I want to unlock everything, Option, Command, and 2, and copy the whole artboard. Now you can see all my ice creams also copied to the bottom. So now what I want to do is I just want to remove all these objects that I don't need right now. So it's going to be the noise. I don't need this link here. I don't need these. And I'm just going to work on this bottom part of the ice cream. So I'm going to remove all of these text boxes so that I can only concentrate on the background that I'm going to create for the ice cream. So now, again, I'm going to jump into color blocking. So I'm just going to create random, random shapes and reuse them. By the way, I see there is a lot happening in the YouTube chat. So if you want to participate in the conversation here, please make sure to go on to behance.net/live. And this is where I'm reading the chat. Yeah, I know chocolate. I would love to have chocolate. I would have to create a new color for that, but I don't have the time for that. But feel free to do it. Feel free to create a chocolate ice cream. That would be awesome. So I'm creating just color blocks, just very random color blocks. Now I'm going to recolor them. So I basically have 3 rectangles right now that I'm kind of putting on top of this ice cream shape. So I'm going to go into my libraries and I'm going to play with the colors just a little bit. Let's see what I can come up with. It is very easy to navigate, so you guys feel free to check it out, to experiment with it. And so here, what I have to look for is that I have this main color here in the background, right? So I kind of want to stick to similar tones to create this specific feel for the raspberry ice cream, right? So I have used very cold tones here. Here I'm probably going to use more of the orange and yellow, maybe some blue or some pink. And here I'm going to use, again, different colors. But the shapes will stay the same. So this is a very easy way to kind of create interesting packaging. So now I'm going into with the ellipse tool and I'm going to create like a random, just a random ellipse here to kind of make it more interesting. I'm going to arrange it like this. This works. And let me create another one a little bit smaller. Okay. Yeah, something like that. Make it a little bubbly, make it a little interesting. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to select all of the objects except for the background, and I'm going to go into the properties, and I'm going to go here in the Pathfinder and divide this object. So now what I can do is I can go into these parts that have been separated, and I can change the color. For example, here I can go into my libraries again and, you know, change the color up a little bit and make it a little bit more interesting here. Let's see, maybe we can use some white here. All right, so this we don't need, this part we don't need. Okay, and now maybe we can do something to this rectangle. Yeah, so this could work. All right, so now let's take a look how we can apply this to our design. So I'm going to select all the objects again except for this cup shape. So I'm going to pull this together a little bit because I want to make it fit for my ice cream packaging, and I'm going to pull this down just a little bit like that. So now what I want to do is I want to select all of these objects and my cup as well. So what I want to do now is I want to go onto the Pathfinder and divide again. So now I have my shape, my cup shape cut out from my objects. And now I'm going to go into detail, and I'm going to delete all of these excess items that I'm not going to need for my packaging. So everything that's around the cup, I'm going to delete, and everything that's inside the cup shape is going to stay. So here we already have a design that I can use for my first SKU. And I'm going to, let's move these up for now, just so I can stay concentrated on these shapes here, and I'm going to copy paste them and change the colors according to the different tastes that we have. So here I'm going to select all the pink objects, and I'm going to make them a different color. So let's see what we can do. Maybe a yellow, and here maybe the blue ones are going to be what? Maybe this orange or blue, and this one can be an orange. So yeah, so here we already have a variation, a color variation of our different tastes. And maybe I can go ahead and make these blue ones pink, just because I think that will work better for that specific taste. And here the majority of the objects I want to make this color, so it reminds you of strawberries, and you can already understand what this, you know, what this taste is gonna taste like. So I'm going to use this red and pink, and instead of this blue, what can I use? Maybe like a green. Okay, yeah, that looks interesting. Maybe I can use a yellow instead of this green. Let's see. Yeah, that could work. All right, so now we have the different SKUs and we want to apply them to our design. So what I want to do is I have my little design here, and I want to pull it all over my other design. And I'm going to set this, let's see. I'm going to arrange this sent backward, and you can also click Command and the close. There we go. We already have our colors coming up. There we go. So Command and close bracket is for to rearrange it in the different layers. So now what we can see is that the blue is kind of melting together with our text. So I want to make the text pop. That's for sure. So what I want to do here is I want to select a different color that's going to be popping out. Maybe a black even. That could work. Okay, so now we already have this design. And let me unlock Option Command and 2, and I'm going to lock this one. This is the top layer, Command and 2, and I'm going to bring this one forward so that we have this little drop shadow happening here. And I'm going to right click, arrange, bring to front. So now I have my little shadow going on here. Okay, perfect. So we have one ice cream done, and we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with the other ones. And also feel free to add some background color here. So what you can do is you can use the rectangle tool and pull a rectangle all across this board and set it to the back. So right click, arrange, send to back. And we kind of have this melting together. So I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, select a deeper color for this maybe for now. Okay, so let's see how maybe we can adjust this typeface here, because I feel like it's still melting together with the background. So I want to create something that sticks out. And here maybe the ice cream can be something else. And 5 ounce, I'm going to pull down a little bit. But if you do it once, you have to do it for all of them. So, okay. I'm not very happy with this color yet. Maybe I'll go for some like light gray. Yeah, this is better. Okay, so now let's pull in the vanilla ice cream shapes into the design. And again, I'm going to use the open bracket and command, open bracket, command, open bracket until my text pops up. And now I have my design here set as well. And I can again play around with the color here of the typeface. Of course, yellow and pink won't work, but maybe blue will. So let's see how this works. Yeah, that could look really cool. All right, so now again, let's unlock all the objects, Option, Command, and 2. And lock the top layer, Command and 2, just because it's the noise layer that is going to give us some effect. Later on, Arrange, Bring to Front, and now we again have this little shadow happening. Okay, now we can go into the strawberry one. So let's pull the strawberry in. And again, I'm going to use the open bracket, command and open bracket, and wait until my text is at the top. So this is what I want. And now we kind of already have our 3 different ice cream designs set, and we can even go deeper, we can go further, we can, change these up however you like. And then we're going to bring this one forward as well, just like here, right click, arrange, bring to front. Okay, and now we want to bring our noise layer to the front, arrange, bring to front. Okay, this was our color layer, arrange, send to back. We want it in the back. Our noise layer, I think, is locked right now. I know, guys, this is a lot, but feel free to rewatch this and to, you know, go through the different steps, and I'm sure you can do it. I'm very sure you guys can do it. I am going to keep the ounces in black just so that they are cohesive. And yeah, as you can see, we have now 3 completely different packagings made of just one type of shape. So, well, shape combination, better said. And they all look different, but they kind of belong together. Kind of like, if you look at these 2, they do look different, but they have similar things happening in them. By the way, let me take a little sip. Yeah, Mayan is saying, totally will have ice cream after the stream. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let me remove this this little link, but feel free to use that for the mockup. I found a free mockup for you guys that you can use. So let me also pull these a little bit further up, and I can also, I can also outline these and play around. Okay, maybe. I'm just trying to find the perfect spot, for all of them. And once you're moving one, you should be moving the other ones as well. So the best practice is to set one layout completely and then just repeat it over the different SKUs. Okay, so I'm going to let this like that, and I'm going to use my logo for my festival, of course, because my festival is called Power of Art, Command and C. And I'm going to add a little label at the top here so that everybody knows that this is the Power of Art Festival, and this ice cream belongs to this festival. So I just outlined the typeface, and I'm going to create a little box around it, and I'm going to select both. And under properties, I'm going to the Pathfinder, and I'm going to minus front. Okay, again, so a rectangle around it, and we're running out of time, but that's not a big deal because we can let's pull this to the back. So right click, arrange, send to back. And now again, all right, so the rectangle has to be in the back. And now we have this little logo that's going on here. So I'm just going to put it to the left side here so that we have a little logo to our branding, and I'm going to make it blue. So now what I want to do is I want to export my file, export for screens. And I only want this ice cream board because I don't need the other one. And I'm going to click export artboard. And where did it go? Again, I have the search for my for my document here, but what was it called? Challenge 2. So I'm just looking for challenge 2 right now. Let's see. Anyway, so you guys know the drill. You guys post the image, please, to the Discord challenge under the challenge tab, and we're going to be reviewing your ice cream. Wow, I can already see some designs here. That's super cool, guys. Awesome. Well, hopefully this was an interesting challenge for you guys, and I'm going to be posting my file when I found it just now in a couple minutes. So stay tuned for the next stream if you guys are interested, and I'll see you at the Discord chat. And yeah, make sure to post your work, and I will give you some feedback. Otherwise, we have our friendly mentors giving some amazing feedback. So, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next challenge. Bye bye.